Hi guys, it's Christy, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Elysian Prophecy by Vivien Reis. So, I was so excited to buy this book. I have been following Vivien on her YouTube channel for a while now. She has some excellent tips on writing, and she was just so great to share her entire writing and publishing journey with everyone. She self-published this book, and it's just, let me just start with this amazing cover. Like, it is so beautiful. She did a great job working with her cover designer and then sort of like figuring this out together. They just did such a great job. It's beautiful, front and back. It's like the theme just extends all the way from, through the binding to the back cover, and it's just beautiful. It also feels really nice, like almost like velvety or something. I don't know. I think the fact that I followed her along in her journey, and I know how much work it was, getting this cover ready and all of these components, it just makes me feel that much more invested in it. One thing that I really liked was that she had these freebies that came with it, these cute little bookmarks. I'm assuming that this one's supposed to be Jessie, I think. But these were like really fun. They're like these little magnetic bookmarks. And I actually bought hers on her website so that it could be autographed, because I'm a nerd like that. I just wanted mine autographed. So if you're also a fan of Vivien and you haven't checked out her podcast, go and subscribe to it and listen to those, because she has some excellent, I don't want to say ramblings because that's not what they are, but just she has some excellent thoughts and points that she makes on those podcasts. And I love podcasts, but that's a side note. I just especially love her podcast because, she's just like got a great voice, and she's easy to follow and relatable, you know what I mean? So yeah, Vivien has been a big inspiration to me in my publishing journey, and just looking ahead to the future. I hadn't really considered self-publishing until I saw her and some other authors on YouTube talking about it, and them detailing their journey just really helped me see the path in front of me. It helped me see the process and see that it was something that was possible. They just helped me realize that it was achievable. So that's why when I made my goal this year of supporting debut novels of other authors, she was the first one that I wanted to support. So, talking about the plot, I'm going to do my best not to divulge any spoilers, and for me personally, I consider a spoiler anything that goes from the end of Act 2 into Act 3. So for me, I don't consider anything in the beginning or midway through Act 2 to really be a spoiler, but if you do, you should probably click out just to be safe so that, you're surprised when you read all of those things yourself. So The Elysian Prophecy has two main characters, a brother and a sister, Ben and Abby. So the book starts out when a huge and disastrous event just rocks their worlds forever and changes everything. Their dad is attacked in their home and nearly murdered. So they don't have a suspect for the attack, but their mom, who has a long history of mental illness, is now missing, and they have no idea why. So both of their parents are now out of the picture, essentially, and their lives are completely thrown into chaos. So the stakes could not have been higher, and it was very clear to the reader from the beginning how critical it was that these two characters, Ben and Abby, accomplish their goals. So things get further complicated when Abby gets kidnapped and taken to this mysterious land called Elysia. She meets some familiar faces along the way and starts connecting the dots and realizing that people are not who they seem to be. Even she isn't who she thought she was, and she starts figuring out that there are some things about her and some abilities that she never knew that she had. Like, she can do things with her mind, and she's not the only one. I really enjoyed Ben's journey in this book. I'm not going to go too far into it because I think it would be spoilery, but I'm just going to say he goes through a transformation in the book, and I was just on the edge of my seat wanting to know what was happening. Things were just getting worse and worse and worse. His mom has a history of mental illness, and as things start to kind of go on in his head, he's afraid that maybe some of the same stuff is happening to him, and you know, it's terrifying for him because he just doesn't know what's going on. And yeah, I had no idea what was going on with him until the very end, until, you know, the big reveal. So I think that Vivien definitely did a good job of keeping the reader guessing along the way. I also really enjoyed the world building that Vivien did in this book. I definitely felt like I was on the island right alongside Abby. And I wanted to mention a character midway in the book that we meet, Myra. I really enjoyed her character. I don't know. I'm hoping that we get to see more of her in book 2. So there's a love story in this book that I wish we got to see a little bit more of and more in depth. But that's just me. I'm a sucker for romance, and I just expect to see it in every story I read. Apparently, like, that's just a normal thing, I guess. I think I just expect every story to be Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, and that it's going to be super romantic and, you know, but not every story is a romance, and I think that's just something I need to accept. But I am hoping that in book 2, this romance will get a little bit steamier. So the climax of this book was definitely unexpected. I think that Vivien did such a great job of keeping people guessing until the very end. Like, I had no idea what was going to happen, and it definitely ends on a big question mark. It definitely makes you wonder what the heck is going to happen and how they're going to get through this. So I'm definitely excited for book 2 so I can see, you know, what happens to these people. I'm hoping that book 2 shows more of Ben and Abby and their backstory, what's going on with their family, like, how did they get in the middle of all of this? You know, I'm really excited to see how this all plays out. So those are all my thoughts on the Elysian Prophecy by Vivien Reis. If you've read it already, make sure and tell me what you thought about it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and before you go, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, and until next time, bye.